Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is a flow to eagle pose. So we'll be going through some movements, some postures to build up to our eagle pose, which is a really strong kind of pretzel-y balanced shape. So I'll be here with you every step of the way. All you need is yourself, your mat, and maybe a yoga block or two. And whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. Let's begin today lying down on our backs. So when you're ready, please meet me all the way down on your mat. Taking a moment as you arrive just to feel your body supported by the earth. Lengthening through your spine from head to tail and relaxing down. Maybe your eyes want to close if that feels safe and comfortable for you, or maybe you keep your eyes open. Gentle gaze towards the ceiling above you. Giving yourself a few breaths in stillness to arrive. Stepping away from whatever has happened in your day so far. Letting go of any to-do lists, any need to plan what is to come after you step off of your mat. And giving yourself permission to really be present here to get the most out of your time on your yoga mat today. This is your practice, your time for you. When you're ready, we'll meet all together in a full body stretch. So legs lengthening out, arms reaching up and back overhead. Reaching as long as you can from fingers to toes. Feeling the spaciousness through your body as you breathe in and breathe out. Easing into it here, let's take an inhale in our full body stretch. And as you exhale, gently hug your navel in and draw your right knee towards your chest. Hands can float to meet the right leg, gently hugging in. Inhale, take it back to that full stretch, legs long, arms back. And exhale, hugging your left knee towards your chest this time. Moving slowly with intention as you inhale to lengthen. And exhale, draw your right knee in. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, left knee in. Now you're free to continue on just like this. If you so choose, we can up the intensity by lifting the head and shoulders as you draw your knee towards your chest. Now, once the head and shoulders are lifted, you might want to hover that outstretched leg as well, really concentrating some power into the core. Then as you inhale and stretch out, the legs are going to stay hovering, arms reach back. Exhale, opposite knee hugs in as you curl your chin to meet the knee. Inhale, stretch it out. You got this. Exhale, bring your knee in, curl it up. Inhale, stay with your breath. As you exhale, opposite knee comes in. Just two more each side. Inhale, reach long. You got it. Exhale, knee comes in. Inhale, either hovering or down on the mat. Exhale, hugging your knee. One more round, you got this. Inhale. Exhale. Waking up your body as you inhale to reach long. Exhale, left knee to your chest. Now this time as you inhale, stretch long, either hovering or on the mat. Exhale, bring your right knee to your chest, please. And if you are hovering, gently relax head, shoulders, leg back to the floor. Well done. Let's keep hold of that right knee and let's make some little circles through the right hip. So gently guiding the right leg with your hand as you circle through the hip. Just finding a little bit of space, a little bit of movement here. And you can switch directions if you haven't already, circling the other way. Getting curious about any sensations you might find here around your right hip as you move. Now drawing that right knee back to center, back in towards your chest. Let's bend into that left knee, plant the sole of the left foot. That right leg will begin to cross over top of the left. As the thighs stack, you can either stay right here, squeezing your legs together, or use your core to give you a little lift, feet come off the ground, either holding on to the back of your left thigh, or maybe grabbing on to opposite shins, as you really, really gently encourage the legs closer towards your chest. Can you imagine your tailbone lengthening down towards the end of your mat as the crown of your head reaches in the opposite direction? Giving you lots of length even as we create this kind of pretzelness through the lower body. Squeezing your thighs together. Take another inhale. And with your exhale, gently unwind, release. Keep that left knee with you. Let that right leg stretch out long. Feeling that gentle stretch through the top of the right leg as we begin to move and circle through that left hip. Now, if it does feel more stable for you today, you're always welcome to bend that right knee, plant the foot, and really focus that awareness into your left hip. And you can switch the direction of your circles whenever you're ready. Perhaps noticing as you move through this left side that things feel a little bit different than when you were circling through your right hip. Totally normal to find these slight asymmetries in your body. And that's something that can really inform your yoga practice. So great for us to bring that awareness there now and see where we want that to take us later on. Beautiful. Drawing that left knee back to your chest when you're ready. Bending the right knee if you're not already there, and then crossing left leg over top of right. Stacking that left leg on top of your right, maybe walking your right foot a little bit more centered so you can really feel that squeeze of the thighs. And then stay here or pick the feet up, reaching for the back of your right thigh or perhaps for your shins. Feeling that stretch through the outer edge of your left hip into your left glute as you encourage those legs a little bit closer towards your chest. Shoulders dropping down and back into the support of your mat. And let's take another inhale here. And exhale, slowly unwind, release. Beautifully done. Knees bent, both feet plant. And let's drop both knees over to one side, whichever side is your favorite. Rolling to the side of your body and pressing yourself all the way up to seated. We'll meet together in a seated position. So perhaps crossing your legs or sitting back on your heels, whatever feels comfortable to you. Lifting your spine up tall. And let's find some cactus arms here. So when you're ready, elbows bent, arms out wide, and investigating already how your shoulders respond to this shape. Seeing how we feel, if things are a little bit crunchy, if things are feeling pretty spacious today. And let's add our breath here as we bring in a little movement. So with these cactus arms, take an inhale to draw your elbows back, letting your heart move forward. With your exhale, push your arms together as you round your spine back, tuck your chin. Inhale, pulling your arms open, shoulder blades draw together as you inhale. Exhale, rounding your spine, pressing the arms together, almost like you're moving through water. Let's keep going here with our cat-cow as you inhale to open up, elbows back. Exhale, pushing through that water to bring your arms together and round. Twice more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Breathing through the length of your spine as you inhale once more, opening up. And exhale, arms together. This time as you inhale, come back through center, nice neutral spine, elbows out wide to that cactus. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, start to reach your right arm up and slightly over, almost like you're reaching to grab something from a high shelf. And then inhale, come back through center to that cactus. Exhale, reaching that left arm up and over. So just a little side bend, a little reach. That inhale is going to bring you back through center, shoulders plug in. Exhale, reaching through your right arm. Inhale through center. And exhale, reach. Just a few more. Inhale, opening through your side body as you exhale, reach that right arm. Inhale, center. And exhale, reach your left arm. Fabulous. One more time, each side. Inhale. Use that exhale to reach, reach, reach. Inhale through center, cactus arms. Exhale, reach, heavy through the hips. Now inhale, coming back through center, back through that cactus. One more time. As you exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Notice how that feels in your shoulders. And then let's bring it over onto hands and knees, passing through our tabletop position. So take a moment here as you arrive to really spread the fingers, push out and up away from the mat. Feel that length of your spine as you take a breath in. As you breathe out, toes tuck, hips rise. Bring it all the way to your downward facing dog. You're free to find some movement here if that feels good. Maybe pedaling your heels, wiggling your hips. Might even feel nice if you did feel a lot of crunchiness around your shoulders today, to nod your head yes and shake your head no. Just encouraging your neck to relax as you find some strength in your arms. So really finding those places, even when we need engagement to hold us in these poses, finding those places where you can soften. Beautiful. Let's take another inhale here, bending your knees. As you exhale, take a nice slow walk to the top of your mat. Take your time stepping up, rooting through your feet, letting your upper body hang heavy. Might feel nice to grab opposite elbows, maybe wrap your arms behind your legs. Feeling into the entire back line of your body here, through the backs of your legs, into your lower back. As you take another full breath in. Complete breath out. Stay anchored down through your feet, connected to the earth. As you inhale and slowly rise to stand. Powerful legs. As you inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, standing tall. And exhale, drop your hands down through heart center. Awesome. Let's meet at the top of the mat, getting ready for our sun salutations, building a little bit more warmth in your body and getting you really revved up, ready to go as we move towards our eagle pose. Standing tall, take a full breath in to sweep your arms to the sky. As you breathe out, soften your knees and fold forward. Move at the pace of your breath as you inhale for a halfway lift, reaching through your spine. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms. Inhale back into your plank, so shoulders stacking over your wrists. Knees can be lifted or lowered, your choice. Let's all together take another breath in here as we reach the chest forward. With your exhale, bend your elbows back and lower to your belly. Inhaling to rise your chest, a little cobra action here. You choose how high you want to lift. And with your exhale, bring yourself back down. Inhale, pressing up through your plank, tucking your toes. And as you exhale, send your hips back to downward facing dog. Let's pause here for a full breath in, pushing through your palms, strong through your shoulders. And as you breathe out, gently relax the heels towards your mat. Inhale now to bend your knees, maybe look up towards your thumbs. And as you exhale, take a couple big steps to bring your feet to your hands. Riding the wave of your inhale as you find halfway lift. Exhale, melt down into a fold. Inhale, rise with a flat back this time, sweeping your arms out and up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Straight into our sun salutation B as we inhale, arms up, hips back to chair. Switching it up a bit here, exhaling to fold forward. Inhale for that halfway lift. And exhale, fold, planting your palms. Let's find our plank. Knees lowered or lifted, your choice as you inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down, chaturanga. Hugging the heart up, shoulders back as you inhale to your back bend. And exhale, send your hips back, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping your right leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, use that strong core to help you step your right foot forward. Back heel will anchor down, setting up for warrior one. So hips pointing forward as you inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. So as I say hips pointing forward, that doesn't necessarily have to be kind of squared exactly towards the top of your mat. For some of us, it's going to feel a little bit better to be off to an angle. So find that place that feels best for your hips today. And let's take another full breath in our warrior one. With your breath out, float it down. Hands come to the mat, and we're going to step it back to plank. Meeting here for an inhale. As you exhale, lower yourself down, chaturanga, or all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog, whatever floats your boat. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeps your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose as you step that left foot forward. Right heel is going to drop down, once again setting up for warrior one. Anchor down as you rise, maybe arms sweep all the way to the sky. Find once again that positioning of the hips that feels good to you. And then imagine your feet dragging together, giving you this pulling in and lifting up sensation. You got it. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, float your fingertips down. And one more time, we're going to take it through our plank. You got this. Take an inhale here. Push up away from the mat. Exhale, lower it down. Follow your breath. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale, use that core support to help you as you press your hips back to down dog. This time we're going to pause here for 3 rounds of breath. Option to drop your knees to tabletop if you so choose. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose or mouth if that feels good. Soaking in everything we've done so far, feeling that heat we've built in the body. And let's take one more inhale here. And let it out. When you're ready, take an inhale to prepare, looking towards the top of your mat. And exhale, walk, step, hop, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up. And exhale, let's sit it back to our chair. Take a moment here. Just a chill resting pose, easy peasy. Total sarcasm. Chair pose is not a resting pose. Arms can stay lifted or hands can come to hearts. Really finding that weight back through the hips here. So we're pushing through the feet. We're letting the hips move back, but we're keeping the support of the core to give us this kind of lightness and buoyancy to the pose still. So we're not dumping down into it, but we're really feeling this engagement, keeping us centered, giving us this lift. That helps us stay just a little bit longer here as well. So let's stay for just another full breath in. You got this. As you breathe out, gently release over your legs. Come on down into your forward fold. Well done. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step that left foot back. Let's set up for our warrior one once again. Rooting through your feet, strong bend in your front knee. And with an inhale, bring yourself up to warrior one. Finding those cactus arms once again, just as we did before. We'll take an inhale to draw the elbows, the shoulders back, maybe even a little back bend if you'd like to investigate that. And then exhale, pushing your elbows together. A little bit of a rounding here, a little tuck of the tailbone. Then inhale again to open up, lift your chest. Exhale, pressing your arms together. Explore here. Inhale as you open, not so bent on alignment here as we are focused on sensation. So let yourself flow. We'll take two more to inhale and open. Exhale to close off. Notice how that feels. And then inhale, opening your arms. Exhale, close off. Beautiful. This time from here, inhale, shoot your arms straight forward, arms by your ears, kind of leaning over that front thigh. Lift your belly button up towards your spine to give you a little extra support. As you inhale, weight all the way into your right foot. As you exhale, we're going to launch forward, stand tall, lifting that left knee up. You got it. It's all good if you wobble, if you need to drop the left toes down and then lift the leg back up. All part of the practice. Meet yourself where you are today. Balancing in our stork for just another inhale. As you exhale, lightly land the left foot and drop it straight into your chair, please. Beautiful. Arms free to do whatever they wish. Feeling again that heaviness back through the hips, but that lightness that we get from engaging the core. So keeping that ability to breathe into the rib cage, to really expand through the chest. Let's take another inhale here. Feel that push down through your feet, hug through your hips. And as you exhale, release that action as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Right foot will step back this time, setting up for that warrior one. Anchoring through your back heel as you rise whenever you're ready. Arms coming back towards that cactus whenever it feels good for you. And let's start to find that little flow here through the spine. So as you inhale, gently drawing your elbows back, shoulders back, back bending as much as you feel ready to today. With your exhale, push your arms together. Find that rounding, so really feel the belly button hug in. Then inhale to open up. And exhale to close off. Just about 3 more rounds to flow on your own through this movement. All the while, the feet are staying anchored for you so that you have some balance and support. Legs staying strong so that the upper body can play. And we should have about 1 more round left here as you inhale and open. Exhale to close. This time inhaling to reach the arms forward. Lots of power through the fingertips, creating this long line through your body all the way back through that right heel. Keep that strong hugging to center through your core, through your hips. As you inhale, bringing weight forward. Exhale, push up to stand. That right knee is gonna lift into our stork. Maybe arms stay reaching up, or they can always drop down, maybe to hips, maybe to a wall, something like that. Find your balance. Push left foot down, hug outer hips in. Notice how it feels to explore some of that engagement. And let's take another inhale. With your exhale, gently release that right foot down. Arms come by your sides this time. And let's shake it out a little bit in our mountain pose. Beautiful. As you're ready, meeting back in stillness in our Tadasana, nice and strong at the top of your mat. Let's take a moment here to really feel into the shoulders a little bit more. So from your mountain pose, let your arms kind of get loose, noodles by your side. And let's roll through the shoulders a couple times. So inhaling your shoulders up to your ears, exhaling to drop your shoulders back and down. Beautiful. If you'd like, you can lift the elbows up, really sweep through the arms, making this as big as you'd like today. Whatever's gonna feel good for you. So as we move, yes, creating a little blood flow, a little space up here around the shoulders, but also taking this time to tune in. So for instance, as I'm circling here, I can feel and actually hear some crunchiness going around in my shoulders. So maybe you're feeling a bit of that crunchiness today as well. Maybe you're feeling a really great, really sweet range of motion and your shoulders are ready to go. So just see how that feels. There's no judgment either way. Taking a few more breaths here to roll through your shoulders. Awesome. And then when you feel ready to go, you can drop the arms down, maybe give them a little shake. Let's bring that right arm across the body when you're ready. That left arm is going to come up to support the forearm here up by the wrist. So you really get to choose kind of how intense you'd like this stretch today. The more you hug, the more you're going to feel it. Feeling it all the way through the shoulder, maybe even into the neck. Might feel nice to even drop left shoulder to left ear. Beautiful. Legs still strong and supportive here as you enjoy this stretch. Let's take another full breath in and let it out. When you're ready, bring your chin back to center if you had that head tilt. And then we're gonna move that left arm all the way across so that right arm stacks on top of left. Hands are gonna reach back towards your shoulders. So as best you can, really reaching back towards your shoulder blades and feeling this hugging sensation. So when we were in that cactus arm shape, we felt the shoulders drawing back and down. Now with this hug, we get a little bit more of the shoulders pulling away from each other, this broadening of the upper back. So really feel into that stretch, breathe into it, maybe even tuck the chin. Let's take another inhale here. And use your exhale to gently release and wind. Beautiful. Same thing, other side, whenever you're ready, that left arm's gonna sweep across, bringing right arm up to support as you find that stretch. Breathing all the way through the shoulders, through the upper back, and maybe adding a bit more of a neck stretch by dropping right ear to right shoulder. As best you can, keeping the rest of your body tall. Breathing in, breathing out. Can you relax your fingers as we take another full breath here? Inhale. And exhale. You got it. Gently lifting your head back through center if you're not already there. And then sliding that right arm all the way through until the arms are stacked, reaching back towards your shoulder blades. Give yourself a nice big hug. Arms pressed together. Feel that broadening across the upper back. You can even maybe use your fingers to give yourself a little massage back here if that feels good. I'm always ready to take an opportunity for some self-massage. And as you press the arms together, feel that kind of broadening of the upper back. Maybe it feels good to tuck your chin as well. Taking another full breath in. Complete breath out. And at the bottom of your exhale, unwind, release, maybe shake it out a little bit. Awesome. Now, when you're ready, we're gonna come back into a bit of a flow, get ourselves towards that eagle pose. So we've already kind of put some of the pieces into practice that we're gonna need for our eagle. Now we really get to put the puzzle together and find that nice balance pose. So mountain pose at the top of your mat if you're not already there. With an inhale, arms up, hips back, our good friend chair pose. Taking an extra moment, an extra couple breaths here to once again feel the hips hugging towards one another. So you can almost imagine like your sits bones back here are knitting towards one another, giving you a lot of support. And then navel hugging to spine. So this whole central area of the core is fired up, ready to help you find some stability so you can balance. Now we have another inhale here in our chair. As you exhale, gently release, fold forward. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, release, and step that left foot back, setting up for warrior one. Anchoring down through the soles of your feet. As you're ready, take an inhale to rise. Passing through our cactus as we inhale, bending the elbows wide. Then as you exhale, start to cross your arms in front of you, right arm on top, left arm on the bottom, and find that same hug that we just did. So fingertips are reaching back towards your shoulder blades, pressing the arms together. Feeling that broadening of the upper back as you do, so shoulder blades gently pulling away from one another. Giving us still a really nice stretch for the upper back, just in a slightly different way than when we do our cactus arms, our back bends. Let's take another inhale here. With your exhale, begin to lean your torso forward, just like we did before, but this time the arms are gonna stay hugging the chest. That right hip is hugging back and in as you start to shift even more weight towards your right foot. You got this, take an inhale. With your exhale, step it up, left knee to chest, just like we did before, coming into your stork. Nice, as best you can, keep that hugging through your arms, find your balance. If you do want some extra support, you can bring one hand away to a wall, to the back of a chair. That is a-okay. Now, as you're ready, at the same time, we're gonna start to cross that left leg over the right as you sit your hips back into a chair pose. Oh yeah, lots going on now. So arms are hugging, legs are now hugging. Those left toes might like to rest onto a block. Maybe they drop down to kind of find a little kickstand on the floor. As best you can, really send your hips back, sit a little bit lower. And then notice if your chest starts to collapse forward. See if you can lift your heart up once again. Now stay right here. You're already in an eagle pose. Beautiful place to be. If you'd like to add on a little bit more, you can wrap that left foot behind your right ankle. Again, sitting your hips back. The lower you sit, the easier it's going to be. And then if you'd like to add the arms, we're gonna bring the backs of the hands together, elbows come away from the chest. If it feels okay for the wrists, the shoulders, you can bring your palms together, kind of circling, wrapping around the wrists, and finding your eagle pose. Feel that hugging of your hips, hugging of your core, giving you the ability to balance. As you maybe sit a little bit lower, feel that center of gravity holding you here. You got it. Keep breathing no matter what you do. Keep breathing. Take another inhale. Exhale, slow as you can. Release, unwind, and shake it out. Nice. Maybe give a little love to that right hip. It was doing a lot for us, finding that balance. So now that we've tried that eagle pose on one side, you can feel kind of how pretzel-y we get. Right? We're wrapping the legs, we're binding through the arms. So you always have options to keep it a little bit less pretzel-y or to really fully get into it, kind of wrapping everything around each other. If you do want a little extra balance, as I mentioned before, always great to have a wall, to have a chair, even a couch that you can just grab onto when you need it. But of course, it's always okay to wobble in these poses, to fall out and come back in. That's part of the process, that's part of the practice. So that's enough stalling, we're gonna try it on the other side. So coming into that same little flow to get to our eagle on the left, knowing that this side is probably gonna be a different experience. So let's clean the slate and get ready to go with some enthusiasm, all right? Mountain pose. Taking a breath in, sweep your arms up, sit your hips back. Stay for your exhale, anchoring down through your feet, but relaxing your toes as best you can. You got this, take another inhale here. Exhale to gently release, coming down over your legs. Inhale for that halfway lift, strong core, long spine. Exhale, release, and step your right foot back, setting up for warrior one. When you're ready, take your inhale to rise. Take your time. With that exhale, feel your feet anchored down, supporting you. Inhale, cactus, elbows back. And exhale, bring your arms together. This time, left arm on top, crossing your arms and reaching back towards your shoulder blades. Nice big hug of the arms here as you keep your feet rooted, strong bend in that front knee. Take another inhale, warrior one. As you exhale, begin to lean your upper body forward, creating this nice long diagonal line through your body. Now notice if that left hip is trying to swing out to the side. See if you can bring some energy into that left hip to pull it back and in. So hips want to be together here, hugging towards one another, even though your hips will not touch, of course. That energy of hugging in. Then inhale, bring your weight forward. Left leg is ready to take your weight. As you exhale, step up, coming into your stork. Nice, so finding your balance first, and then we'll start to wrap it up, get a little twisty. So hug that left hip in and up, just like we just practiced. Pretty much at the same time, moving slowly, start to cross that right leg over your left as you sit your hips back. Now feel your thighs hug into one another. More engagement is always gonna help you to really find some stability. So that squeeze of the arms, that squeeze of the legs, and then maybe right toes are hanging out onto a block. Maybe they're dropping down into a little kickstand on the floor. Maybe that right foot is wrapping behind the left ankle. Now, if your knees start talking to you, come out of that wrap. We don't want the knees complaining here, so only go to that place that feels comfortable for you without pain. Now, as you sit the hips a little bit lower, maybe you want to add the arms, bringing the backs of your hands together, or wrapping at the wrists, palms together. Lifting your elbows up in front of your nose as you keep the hips sitting back, navel hugging in. Stay with it as best you can. I'm just going to show you a front view real quick. Really feeling that strong core support. Hips hugging together, navel towards your spine. You got this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Taking another inhale here. As you exhale, unwind, let it go. Nicely done. Shake it out, wiggle a bit, dance it out. Maybe give a little love to that left hip. And when you're ready, let's just take a big breath in. Maybe even sweep the arms up. And exhale, release. Just letting it go. Well done. Step your feet out wide, please. So turning towards the long edge of your mat, all 10 toes pointing to that long edge as you find a nice wide stance. So after all that hugging, we're gonna take a moment just to open the hips back up. Inhale right here. And as you exhale, hinge forward and fold. Knees can bend a little or a lot as you drop your hands down, maybe onto the mat, maybe onto a couple blocks. Might even feel nice to reach and grab your ankles or your big toes. And we'll stay here for 5 more rounds of breath. Your choice whether you'd like to stay in stillness or perhaps explore some organic movement here. Maybe bending the knees, wiggling around, maybe swaying through the spine, even feeling all the way up into the neck, the crown of your head. Noticing how you feel after that really strong balance pose. Beautiful. Let's take another full breath in and complete breath out. Now, as you inhale, take a little halfway lift, lengthening through your spine. As you exhale, walk yourself towards the back edge of your mat. So let's left foot forward, right leg back as you drop that right knee down, coming towards a lizard lunge with your hands on the inside edge of your left foot. Dropping your hips down, lifting your heart up. Take a moment if it feels nice to even wiggle around a little bit, find some intuitive movement. As you're ready, that right palm will plant. Take an inhale, sweep your left arm to the sky, exhaling into this twist. Shoulder blades once again hugging down and back, broadening across the chest. Stay right here or start to circle through that top arm. Breathing as you go, inhaling to sweep up and exhaling to sweep back and down. Beautiful, just some sweet movement through that top shoulder, circling as you twist. Keep going just like this, or the next time that you circle your left arm back, stay here, reaching towards that back foot. Maybe even bending into your right knee, heel to glute, and catching your foot with your hand. Just adding a little extra stretch for that right quad, right hip flexor, the front of the thigh. Even if you're not holding on to the foot, you're still getting that stretch. So please don't feel like you need to force your body to get there. Wherever you are, please take another full breath in. As you breathe out, gently release, unwind your twist, come back through center. Lifting your back knee as you're ready, let's walk it back through that wide-legged fold. So coming through center, and then we'll keep going all the way to the other side. So this time, right foot forward, left knee gently drops down, hands to the inside of your foot. Wiggle if that feels nice. Settling into your lizard. Really finding a sweet release for the hips here. Hopefully that's feeling good after our eagle pose. When the time feels right for you, left hand plants. Take an inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, really push through that left palm as you lengthen into your twist. Stay here as long as you'd like. Or perhaps start to add some circles through that top arm. Sweeping that right arm up, back, and down. Just finding some gentle movement to release the right shoulder. Keeping a steady rhythm of breath here. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose or your mouth. And keep circling that arm, or perhaps the next time that you sweep your right arm back, keep reaching towards that left foot. Maybe even bending your left knee, heel to glute, and catching the outer edge of the foot with your hand. Dropping your pelvis down, but keep your heart lifting up as best you can. Feel that lengthening across the top of your left thigh and that lifting of your heart. Breathe with it as you take another inhale here. With your exhale, gently, slowly unwind, come back through center. Gorgeous. This time we're gonna slide that right leg back to meet the left, passing through tabletop position. The knees open wide, big toes come together to touch. Sink your hips back towards your heels into child's pose. Forehead resting down towards the mat. Hips do not have to touch your heels. Just feeling that heaviness back through the pelvis. And then maybe bringing your hands underneath your forehead as a nice little pillow so that you can fully relax your spine from head to tail. And let's enjoy a few more breaths here. Once again, feeling your body releasing into the support of the earth underneath you. And maybe extending some gratitude to yourself for showing up to this mat, to this practice, to really explore how your body wants to move today. And let's take another full breath in and breath out. Inhaling back up towards your tabletop when you're ready to go. We're gonna play around with one more kind of variation, one more funky pose before we fully cool it down, stretch it out today. So come along with me if you'd like. From our tabletop position, we're gonna inhale, sweep that right arm to the sky. As you exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left. So reaching through your fingertips, resting down onto your right shoulder. Right ear may be touching the mat, or maybe you'd like to slide a little pillow or blanket between the side of your head and the floor. So thread the needle, getting that stretch through the upper back, similar to how it felt in our eagle pose. We have the option today to stay here in this stretch or explore a little bit more funkiness here. So if you'd like to explore, let's start to walk those left fingertips forward, tenting the palm, rooting through your fingertips, and finding this lift through the armpit here underneath the arm. Now, belly button draws in and up. You already know that's gonna help give you support so you can find some balance. So as that left arm reaches forward, left toes are gonna tuck. Start to slide your left foot back, lifting your left knee. Nice, so now we're creating this kind of really long, flattened V shape with the side of the body, tenting through that left hand, reaching back through that left heel. This is a beautiful place to be, but of course, if you wanna play around, take it a little bit further. We're gonna keep hugging the hips together, belly up, as we start to float that left foot off the ground. Oh, baby. Let there be some weight on that right shoulder, but feel the core kind of keeping you centered, keeping you upright. One more opportunity to go farther if you choose today. Start to bend that left knee, draw your heel towards your glute. Slowly, keep breathing as you do this. Start to sweep that left arm back and maybe catch hold of that left foot. Oh yeah, lots of balance, lots of focus. Play, explore as long as you'd like. We have 3 more breaths on this side. And when you are ready to come out of that balance, you're just gonna come out the same way you came in. Beautiful. One more full round of breath wherever you're exploring in this shape. And at the end of your next exhale, start to bring yourself back. Left knee drops down, left hand plants. Nice. Inhale to press up, sweep your right arm open. And exhale, drop your hand down. A few rounds of cat-cow to reset. As you're ready, inhale, open. And exhale, round. Just a couple more on your own here. Move at your pace. And we're going to get ready to investigate the other side. So at the bottom of that next exhale, bring yourself back through center, nice long spine. I'm just going to turn so we can do the other side together. This time with your inhale, sweep your left arm open. With your exhale, thread that left arm underneath your right, drop down towards your left shoulder. Walking those right fingertips forward to find that little lift under the armpit, and maybe you stay stretching here for today. If you'd like to explore finding some more balance, we're going to take it slow step by step. So I know it might be exciting since you already know where we're going to just jump straight there. I really invite you to take it slow step by step, just like we did on the other side, so that your body has a little bit more time to kind of get used to the process, to see where we're going. So from this stretch, bringing some weight over to that left shoulder, feeling that release of the upper back. We can reach that right arm forward and then maybe send that right foot back, tucking the right toes, lengthening your heel towards the back of your mat. Now notice if you start to kind of arch the back, drop the belly. See if you can bring some integrity back in. So navel to spine, lifting the rib cage up, and then hips and rib cage kind of sliding towards one another as if they could touch. Lovely. Stay right here, or maybe start to float, hover that right leg. Already this side might feel a little bit different than the other side, so you might want to stay right here, exploring this balance. Maybe you're feeling adventurous enough to bend that back knee, heel to glute. Use that curl of heel to glute to help you as you sweep that right hand back, catch onto the foot perhaps. And then kick your foot into your hand, open that right shoulder, and find your balance. All good. If you roll out of it, notice you might kind of fall back onto that left side. If you do so, find a little laugh, a little lightness, and then we'll meet back in our thread the needle. 3 more breaths to explore, experiment, wherever you choose to be on this side. And remember, if you are finding that full balance with the right leg lifted, see if you can bring yourself out the same way you came in, nice and slow. All together, we have one more inhale here, and exhale. Bringing that right knee back down next to the left, right hand planting back to the mat. With an inhale, slowly press up, sweep your left arm open. Exhale, come back down. Free movement through the body here, maybe wiggling side to side, maybe a few rounds of cat-cow. Whatever is going to feel nice to give you a little release after all that. And when the time feels right for you, we're all going to meet seated on the mat. So coming off the hands and knees onto your booty. Maybe a few rolls of the shoulders if that feels nice. Maybe shaking out the arms, the wrists. And planting your feet in front of you, let's bend the knees, hug onto the backs of the thighs. And slowly begin to roll yourself down. Hugging onto the legs to help you. And then as you come down, bring the legs with you towards your chest. Notice how you feel here as you take a few breaths, hugging your legs, relaxing the length of your spine, allowing yourself a few moments as we end our practice to really decompress and soak in all the wackiness that you just did. So some of our yoga postures are kind of wacky, right? They're really twisty, they're pretzel-y, we're doing all these interesting things with our bodies. And really this is not to achieve any certain aesthetic or any look, but it's really so that you can explore what your body is capable of. Sometimes it can be fun just to see what your body can do, and that's going to differ from day to day as well. And sometimes it's just a really great way to kind of give your body something new and exciting. Still working our balance, our strength, our mobility, as we always do in our yoga asana, but also allowing yourself to bring a little bit of joy, curiosity into the flow. Awesome. When you're ready, let's take our happy baby, knees opening out wide towards your armpits, hands either resting on your thighs or reaching up towards your feet as you gently draw your knees down towards the mat. Perhaps a gentle movement here, rocking side to side if that feels good. Maybe bending and straightening the knees if you'd like. And taking a few more moments to play in your happy baby pose as you bring your breath back to the steady rhythm of inhales and exhales. Beautiful. Take another inhale here, please, in your happy baby. As you exhale, start to bring your feet together, keeping the knees open wide. And use your hands to gently guide your legs down to the mat, opening into our Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined cobbler's pose. So feet together, knees open wide, tailbone gently relaxing towards your heels, so pelvis is neutral. And if you'd like to add the arms, bringing it back to that cactus shape, shoulders drawing down your back and chest nice and open. Perhaps your eyes closed if that feels nice. Maybe a couple blocks or blankets find their way underneath your knees for a little added support and nourishment here today. And we'll stay together for about 10 more rounds of breath, but of course, you are always free to stay longer if you so choose. This is your time to really soak in everything you've done on your yoga mat today. For your body, your mind, your heart. So let's enjoy just a few moments of silence as we're here. And coming back together, let's take another full breath in. And full breath out. Reaching your hands down towards your legs so that you can gently press your thighs towards one another, soles of the feet coming back down, legs back to center. As you're ready, rolling to one side, taking your time as we move through this transition to slowly bring yourself back up to seated. So pressing through your palms, lifting up to a comfortable seat, Sukhasana. Finding a nice tall spine with your arms relaxed, either hands into your lap or hands together in front of your heart. And as we finish our practice today, I invite you to welcome in some gratitude for your practice, for this time you've spent on your mat. Thanking yourself for showing up today and for taking this time for you. And I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Until we meet here again, be well.